Welcome to Duo Chat with Brittany
and Cynthia, where we talk about drama shows.
like Dawson's Creek, One Tree Hill, and more.
Hi everyone, I'm Brittany.
And I'm Cynthia.
And today we're talking about Season 4, Episode 12, titled Resolve, air date January 24th, 2007. And the synopsis is:
With senior prom only weeks away, Haley's frustration over her injuries increases, and Skills and Mouth hatch a plan to help Nathan earn money for prom by stripping. Brooke betrays Rachel in order to get closer to a new guy, and Peyton and Lucas resolve to be happy. Struggling with her drug addiction, Deb makes a choice that could end her life. So Lucas is at Peyton's, kissing her and telling her it's going to be a good day.
It's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is like the first episode that we've really seen them together and happy.
Right.
Because it's been kind of just hospital stuff, but now we finally get to, like, all of us Lucas and Peyton fans finally got what we wanted.
Mm-hmm. And then nope, let's skip that. Haley passes by the table at school where prom tickets are being sold. You know, she's reminded that it's around the corner, and then Nathan catches up to her, asking for a kiss, and she asks, just one. He says he'll take as many as he can have. And then Rachel sits with Brooke, and Brooke is annoyed that she's wearing the clean teen shirt again.
Oh, it was funny when Haley was walking away.
Mm-hmm.
Were you watching her? Or were you watching Brooke?
Like walking away from the table?
When her and Nathan were walking away and she's on the crutches.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that she just sort of, after she got somewhat out of the screen shot, she's just started like hopping.
Oh no.
It was like hopping a lot. Because I was like waiting for her. Like I kept rewinding it because I wanted to see if she would, like, if she thought she was out of frame so she could walk normal or what. But it's just like hopping. And I'm like, what? Because like you wouldn't do that if you had crutches. So I was like, but I think maybe she thought she was out of frame. But I noticed it and I was like, is she really hopping? Like there's a lot of I was like, oh, but I was just like waiting for it to like even like as a little thing of just her just accidentally walking. I guess she just hobbled until she hopped over till she knew she was out of frame.
Right. Yeah, so then Rachel apparently spent her morning doing something that is like non-clean teen.
Yeah, like why is she wearing the clean teen shirt? Like she is addicted to this, isn't she?
Yeah, but it was funny how she says she started her day off with a bang because the shirt is apparently like a guy magnet. Okay,
but like for Rachel, she always acted like she would not be caught dead in this, right? In this shirt. What is she doing?
Yeah.
She's gonna, like, everybody's like seeing her in this shirt. Like, I just don't understand Rachel. Like, she's the person that doesn't really care for others.
Right.
And, has this image that she doesn't want to change. And yet you're going to wear the shirt that's going to change it. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, people are still going to think what they're going to think of her because of her behaviors. But I just thought it was kind of weird because I'm like, here's Brooke that it's like, no, I'm not wearing that. But then Rachel's like, here, look at me. And it's like, what? I just, you would kind of think that it'd be swapped.
Yeah.
That Brooke would be like the excited one to wear it, not Rachel. But of course, Shelly has a shirt for her.
Yep.
How is it Shelly just has all these shirts made up and she's just handing them around to people?
Yeah, I don't know.
Isn't that kind of weird? Wouldn't it be like, well, like if somebody joins, it'd be like, well, I'll get you a shirt, a couple days or something. Not, here's a shirt.
Right.
Weird.
Yeah, of course, that was funny how, even Rachel was joining, like, yeah, how are a guy supposed to know, even though she was just doing that earlier. And then we're introduced to Chase, who automatically has joined Clean Teens, I guess, on his first day.
Well, he must have Is it his first day of school?
Well, this is the first time we're seeing him.
Yeah,
So I
but
don't know.
that usually happens on shows. All of a sudden, there's somebody. I think maybe because she's not used to clean teams yet, and like here he is. I don't know. It's just kind of weird because he doesn't act like he's new in this episode.
Yeah. I don't know, because they had that meeting before and he wasn't there, so
Maybe he was sick that day.
yeah,
I'm
maybe.
trying to give the writers the benefit of the doubt
Mm-hmm.
because he
Yeah.
never said he was new like Felix was.
Right. Which Shelley says that he is, but because where are we now in the semester? Second semester, like
And
March?
at the end of March.
Yeah, so he like joined very last second, so
Yeah, like the last, for us, as we would call it, the last marking period.
mm-hmm.
I don't know what
Yeah.
other schools say, but we always say marking period.
Yeah, so too bad they never said exactly why he joined so late in the middle like this.
Yeah, because like I could see like something happening like Shelly or something like what happened of
Mm-hmm.
like, or even like Jen, remember when she moved. But it's not really said why he moved and had to go to a different school.
Mm-hmm.
Because you would
I mean,
think that'd
maybe
be like one of the first things you'd ask.
yeah, because when he tells Brooke his story later on, relationship wise, like he could have said then that's the reason why he switched schools because he couldn't see them anymore, but he never said it, so I don't know.
Right. And again, he never really hinted even then that he's new to the school.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's throwing me off.
Yeah. And of course, Brooke instantly likes him and introduces herself after putting the shirt on. And then after the thing, we come back to the library or go to the library where Chase is, and Brooke sees him. And she's pretending she's reading a book and just happens to bump into him. But then she's shocked that
How'd you
yeah,
like that? That was funny.
yeah. And then she's shocked that he doesn't talk to her and just walks away.
I know, I'm like, what did you expect?
Mm-hmm. And then Mouth is there too, so she goes over and asks, why won't Chase talk to me? And he doesn't even know who Chase is.
Oh, and then it was funny because she goes, the new guy, and he goes, great, another new guy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I was waiting for him to like get in his new guy attitude
Yeah.
because that's all I can like picture now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brooke's like, I tried all my tricks and it didn't work, and it always works. So that's when Mal tells her that he's immune to girls like her because he's a clean teen. And Brooke's like, so, like, you're a virgin and you sleep with me, right? And, I think that was a little mean of her to say, considering that she knew that he liked her last year.
And I think he still does.
Yeah, at least in this moment until Shelly walks up.
Okay, this is what's weird. Like, he can talk to Brooke.
Mm-hmm.
He can talk to Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
But he can't talk to Shelly.
Yeah, that's because he's known Brooke and Rachel for a while now, so he's comfortable with them and friends and, just kind of find a rhythm with them. But with Shelly, he's never talked to her, at least until this point. So that's why he was all nervous and everything, that first interaction.
I'm just like, huh? Like, here's like two of the most beautiful girls in your school.
Mm-hmm.
And you can talk to them about anything. And I'm just like, you can't even say your name to Shelly.
Yeah, just the nerves took over.
It was just kind of weird. But then it's like, I guess if you look back to when he met Brooke, he was kind of like that, but then kind of not. Because when she bid him in the auction and the, boy toy auction, he actually had conversations with Brooke.
Yeah, so maybe he just likes Shelly a lot more than he did Brooke and Rachel.
Whoa.
You never know.
I guess maybe because he had like the whole night with Brooke, where it's like eventually you gotta say something.
Mm-hmm.
Where Shelly, it was just here in the moment, like a very quick thing.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's why, like maybe if he was with Shelly for a couple hours, he would actually talk to her, maybe.
Right, yeah. Yeah, but it was funny how he just kept smiling at her and it was just getting creepy.
And then she leaves and he goes, I mouth.
Mm-hmm. After she's out of earshot, yep.
Oh, I was laughing.
Mm-hmm.
But then how did you like how Brooke didn't even really get the hint because she's just Like they're just like looking at each other, and then finally Brooke's like, "Oh, like this is Shelly, this is Mouth," and I'm like, "Really,
Right.
Brooke? It took you that long to figure it out?"
Yeah. And then in class, the teacher catches Lucas passing a note to Peyton.
What? Oh my god, these two. So okay, but what is up with this teacher?
With
Who?
what?
Okay, so she takes the note
Mm-hmm.
as what a lot of teachers would do. Then she has Lucas tell the whole class what's in the note, which how many teachers do that?
I don't know. Maybe some.
None that I've had that are like, what's in the note? Let's read it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's one thing, like if the teacher read it, but like I've never had a teacher that's like, here, read your note.
Right.
Like,
Or
what?
yeah, have Peyton respond too.
Well, I know that was the other thing. Like she was already on the edge, the teacher was being, this is weird. And then she took it a step further after he said all the things he said about her. Then she said, "Would you like to respond?" Well, what did you think was going to happen
Mm-hmm.
when you said, "Would you like to respond?"
Right.
What? And then of course she kisses him. And then she says, like you'll be spending that time in detention. But I'm like, what? So Peyton got detention because the teacher said, "Would you like to respond?"
Right. Yeah, that wasn't
What?
fair.
Like for Lucas, okay, because he wrote the note and was trying to pass it. But for Peyton, I was like, you egged her on, teacher. I don't know who you are,
Mm-hmm.
but you egged her on. So
Yep.
I don't think Peyton should have detention in my
Yeah.
mind.
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
No.
I mean, she literally said in front of the whole class, "Would you like to respond?"
Mm-hmm.
Seriously? Like, teacher. That's what I mean. I didn't like this teacher. Because who does that? I'm serious. I've never had a teacher that does that.
Right. Me neither.
Have you?
Yeah. Mm-mm. No.
I mean, I was passing notes with a friend back in 8th grade, and then of course everybody started, chiming in, like this one person. This is when he left.
Mm-hmm.
And this one kid was like teasing me. And then of course, like my face got all red. And the teacher told me I could hit him.
Yeah, I feel like you told me
That's
this before.
I know I told you, but I don't think I said it here. But like,
Yeah.
I don't think the teacher would have told, like our teacher would have told anyone else that. Maybe you, but like nobody else, because people would have actually hit him.
Mm-hmm.
Where like I didn't, because I knew that. Okay, here, you want to know why I didn't hit him? Because I didn't want him to be like, "Oh, she hits like a girl," like that kind of thing, and then like making fun of me even more. So I just ignored it and was like, "This is the longest 5 minutes of my life." But yeah, I mean that's the closest that I had to a teacher doing something about like a note. But I wasn't the one getting in trouble. It was the person that was teasing me was the one that was somewhat getting in trouble by saying I could hit him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was because she knew I wouldn't.
Right.
And also because, I mean, he was the one teasing me. But she was like, and I'm surprised too, like, we didn't get written up or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were passing notes.
Right.
And I'm really happy that she never took the note either.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know exactly what was in it.
Mm-hmm.
To this day, I remember exactly what was in the note.
Mm-hmm.
It was because we were talking about a boy that she liked.
Right.
And and it was the same one that I liked.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't say that I liked him. Only you knew that.
Right.
So yeah, I just remember I know exactly what was in there. And yeah, so again, she never outed us. She never took our no or anything like that. She didn't even yell at us.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the closest that I got to a teacher like getting involved. But mine didn't out me like this. She just was like, "You want to hit him,"
Right.
which isn't right. But she also knew I would never do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if she told me to hit you, like I could hit you, I would not. Like
Mm-hmm.
she just knew I just wouldn't. Just like she knew you wouldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Other people in the class would have taken that to heart and hit them.
Hmm.
But don't you think so? At least somebody would have.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
But like I wasn't. So but yeah, I can't imagine a world where the teacher is just like explain what's in the note. Like
Mm-hmm.
teacher, what? Like this is confidential.
Right.
You know, like and the thing is like, could he have made some stuff up? Yeah. But I feel like that teacher in particular, would have been like, that's not what it says.
Right.
Can't you like picture her saying that?
Mm-hmm.
I could. Like other teachers would be like, yeah, yeah. But like her, this one's like too involved. I think this one wants to go back to high school or something, trying to get involved. Like, let the kids be. You took the note, drop it.
Right.
But but I was just happy that of course they got to kiss, But yeah, I was just like, what is up with this teacher?
Right.
I'm sorry, but we're in season 4. Has there been a good teacher at Tree Hill?
Mm,
No.
I don't know. We don't really even see them really teach.
I guess Whitey,
Right.
if you could call him that.
Mm-hmm.
For like the oddball classes that he teaches.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that. But sometimes the way he talks to the kids, I feel like would be like the school board would get involved.
Yeah.
Like this day and age, even like when we were in school, the way Whitey was talking to the kids,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like somebody
Yeah.
would bring it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Once in a line.
Yeah, so I feel like even Whitey, it's like we could say him, but at the same time, he also is not exactly like professional when it comes to the kids.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't think there's a teacher on this show that is professional like that.
Right.
Because I guess you could say Mr. Turner, but he is a principal.
Mm-hmm. And then Nathan is looking at the newspaper for a job on the quad when Skills walks up because,
Now the boy's getting a job.
Mm-hmm. Because they're in debt and his dad helped them out.
Yeah, I was shocked, but I was also like, well, duh. Because, like, Dan better help after what Nathan did. Dan better help.
Mm-hmm. And then Skills suddenly has a way that he can make some quick money.
Okay.
And then he mentions the club.
If this is $1,000,
Mm-hmm.
isn't Skills gonna get half of it?
Yeah.
Mm.
And then
because like Nathan's like, oh, $1,000, and it's like, but dude, hey, you ain't getting the full 1,000.
right. And then the 3 of them dance anyways together, so that's even less than that now.
Yeah, definitely less than 500.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Mouth got any money out of that?
Well, I would hope so.
Me too, because he was the choreographer.
Yeah, and he was the one that was most into it, yeah.
Well, he was the entertaining one on the stage.
Mm-hmm. And then Dan delivers some ingredients to the cafe, and that's when Deb walks into the kitchen.
Okay. Okay, here's the thing. I didn't like Deb's tone.
Mm-hmm.
But
She had a point.
I agreed with her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, of course, I didn't like her coming in just yelling. But at the same time, every word she was saying, I agreed with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think Keith would be happy. I think he'd be rolling around in his grave.
Mm-hmm.
It's just everything. When she said, "Do you remember him?" I was like, "Oh."
Right.
But then, like in my head, I'm like, "Of course, do you?" And then, like when she brought up Dan abandoning Lucas, it's like, has she forgotten all of this?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even the way he treated you,
Right.
Karen,
Mm-hmm.
all this time, the
Yep.
past 3 seasons,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna go to him?
Right.
I don't understand. Like, if
Yeah.
someone's treating you that crappy, why would you go back to him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All that, even not the fact that he was the one that killed Keith. So that should be enough already.
Well, Deb knows, right?
Um.
That Dan did it. Does she or no?
I thought she didn't know until Lucas tells her later on when
Oh,
he
maybe
figures
that's
out.
right.
I think.
Oh, okay. Well, but yeah, I just everything she was saying, I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, but yeah. So she's the only one that still remembers who Dan is.
the
Apparently.
monster.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like Dan is trying to be this new guy out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're still in the same town, around the same people. They don't forget that you do apparently caring for your kids. But
Yeah.
but it's like everyone else does not forget who you are.
Yeah. And Dan wouldn't even be acting like this if he didn't realize that Keith wasn't the one that was trying to kill him. So if he thought that he killed his brother that was trying to kill him, he wouldn't have no guilt and he probably would be treating Karen the same like before.
But do you
At
really
least
think that?
yeah, I think so. Because he only feels guilty that Karen doesn't have him when she's gonna have his baby. So
Because I think he did kind of want Keith out of the picture so that he could come in. Like, think about it. Remember when he was hanging outside and Keith is like, "This isn't your family. Like, go home." It's like, I think it was like him wishing that it was in a way. But of course,
maybe I don't know.
Keith was around.
I just remember how he was treating her when they were both running for mayor.
Well, yeah, that. But I mean, that's like I just don't get why out of nowhere she wants to be with him or spend any time. I don't understand. Like, spending time with Dan is never going to bring Keith back. It's never going to bring anything back that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because some people think like if I hang on so and so, like their family, it's like a piece of them is still there. Well, not that. Well, not Dan.
Right.
Like, that's the person you just if you want a piece of him, hang around your own son.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yep.
Lucas is Keith, like
Mm-hmm.
in his own way. So it's
Yeah.
like if anyone shaped him into who he is, like who Keith is, it's Lucas.
Right.
So I'm like, there, because you can't say his parents, because his parents were kind of like AWOL and stuff. But I would say the person that is most like Keith is Lucas. But she don't get that.
Mm-hmm. So then Dan tells Karen that maybe him being there was a bad idea. So he leaves, and then we transition to Brooke saying that this whole thing was a bad idea to Rachel about cheating on the test. And then she sees she got an A, changing her mind, saying maybe it was the best idea ever.
Yeah, but how did you think when I always want to say Steven because it's his name. Chase.
Yeah.
When Chase is like he has the toughest time with calculus, and she turns around and says, "Yeah, a lot of people do." I'm like,
Yeah.
but how she said it, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
like I know a lot of people aren't good at this, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
and you are.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and then he says maybe she could tutor him, and Rachel laughs. That was funny.
And she goes, sure, anytime.
Mm-hmm.
Or how she was saying it, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, like, are you forgetting you can actually do that?
I kind of want to watch that study session.
Mm-hmm. It's
Don't
kind of
you?
like, yeah, it's kind of like Mean Girls. You know Mean Girls, right?
Yeah.
Except it's the opposite. She actually knows, because in Mean Girls she knew the math and acting like she didn't. So here it's vice versa with Brooke.
Yeah, I just kind of want to see the Brooke trying to tutor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would be hilarious, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But isn't this because they always talking about like, oh, like you need a good grade on this test. They're acting as if this is the final test,
Right.
but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know how they're doing this.
I'm like, do
Yeah.
they forget that it's not the end of the school year yet?
Yeah, it should have been like a quiz or something. Yeah.
To where you need to worry about, oh crap, I'm failing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Brooke's thrilled that she has an in with Chase now and tells Rachel she's a smart version, and Rachel says, "Great, you're the new mouth." And then at
Well,
Peyton,
I really thought she was gonna hint to Brooke of like, go look tutoring him.
right, yeah.
Like I thought she was gonna say something about it, but she didn't.
I mean, she left, but I guess that's all she needed to do, I guess.
Yeah, but I was waiting for her to make a comment because she loves to say stuff.
Yeah, too bad. It would have been great if we had a scene where they were at Rachel's house with the tutoring, and Rachel was like lurking around, trying to, watch Brooke to see what she was going to do and say.
Well, you know what probably happened is Rachel would have to try to tutor him because she actually knows calculus.
Mm-hmm. Even though she's pretending that she also doesn't know it.
Yeah, but she would have to be trying to help Brooke with trying to help Chase.
Without him knowing, yeah.
Yeah. You know, that would be an entertaining episode,
Yeah.
I will say.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad they never did that.
Yeah. Probably because they had the little Shelly mouth plot line here too. So that's probably why they didn't have time for that.
Yeah, but think about it. They wasted how many episodes so far on 40 minutes of nothing.
Yeah.
Like of things that could have been in 1 or 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like that would have been a funny thing for those 3 to do.
Yeah. And then at Peyton, she's telling Lucas that she put one of her albums in the wrong place, so she's fixing it. She's just really particular about the organization of it.
What's weird is that he didn't know she has it organized in alphabetical and by genre.
Yeah, because she has so many, you have to organize it somehow, or else you'd be looking forever just for one of them. So.
But what I'm saying is that Lucas has been around how long?
Yeah, I don't know.
And he's just now realizing it.
Is this the first time he's been there since the last makeover that she had when Derek was there helping her?
But I think she's always organized it like this.
Yeah, I don't know.
Obviously, she has her own organization skills that she's got going on, but I think this has always been the way it is. But I'm just kind of questioning why Lucas is just now realizing it. Not like, I don't know, all the other times that he's been there.
Yeah.
And probably was listening to music.
Right.
I don't know. It's just odd. He's like always in her bedroom, but yet this is the first time he's understanding it.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. He put it back. Don't you think he would have seen that?
Yeah.
Or he took it out, one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
You would have noticed something.
Yeah. And then Lucas tests her music knowledge by asking which song is playing on the radio right now. And I think this was cheating, but she uses her phone, opening up Shazam, getting the answer.
I know. I was like, what is this? Like she's cheating.
Yeah. And then I didn't even know Shazam existed back then, 2007, because I didn't even hear about it until like 2012, 2013. So that was news to me.
Yeah, but I just didn't understand why she was like, oh, look. And it's like, okay. Yeah. Your phone got the answer. Congrats.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, now today, like more than Shazam, like Google can do it now, and I think Apple can do it now, running songs. And then he says that Happy looks good on her. And then she says she's living in an Air Supply song, which I don't understand because it's more of an 80s song that I'm not really familiar with. But yeah, Payne just thinks everything's better. The colors and the foods are better. And then she asks what Lucas's favorite food is, which I thought was pretty late of knowing each other to just find out this now. But he says chocolate chip cookies, and she says she bets they taste better now. And then he says if anyone can make a chocolate chip cookie taste better, it's her. And then
They were just so cute.
yeah.
I loved it.
Mm-hmm. But then they go to the cemetery because, Peyton wants to introduce him to her mom, Anna. And just, talk to him about, like, this is a boy I was telling you about.
It was so cute though, because she's like, look what he's done. He's got me smiling. Like, I just loved it because I like happy Peyton.
Yeah. And I liked Lucas too, how he was, respecting Peyton and, talking to the headstone. Because I feel like some guys would probably be maybe creeped out by this,
Or they look at you like, really?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I'm rethinking being with you.
Mm-hmm.
Also, too, I liked when he said Mrs. Sawyer. Like he was actually talking to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, respectful, yeah.
Well, some of them probably would have stayed there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then she wants alone time, so he goes to Keith's, which is where I really, of course he's going to go there.
Mm-hmm.
They're not that far away from each other.
Yeah. And then he has a flashback of the last time he saw Keith in his subconscious about him opening his eyes.
How?
How he got the flashback, or?
Yeah, like how does he remember that?
I don't know. I guess it was just stuck in his mind.
Wasn't he like dead, like dying, and now all of a sudden he just remembers all those flashbacks of him and Keith?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, I guess it's just the TV, being in a TV show. And yeah, so he's thinking about that, and then Payne snaps him out of it because she walks up and she asks if he's okay, and he says, yeah, he's like he tells her she's going to think this is crazy, but he doesn't think Jimmy killed Keith. So that was his first confession that he's thinking something differently. And then Nathan gets home, seeing clothes everywhere. So he asks Haley if the closet exploded, and she asks him, how does this, the dress she's wearing, how does it look?
Of course, he's gotta say something.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah, but he just says, is there a right answer to that question? And Haley just yells at that, none of her dresses fit her anymore because she's pregnant. Nathan even points it out to her. They're not supposed to fit her. And then Haley, says the doctor says it's going to take 6 to 8 weeks to heal, which means prom is 4 weeks away, which means she's going to be stuck with these stupid crutches. And then Nathan tells her that she doesn't know that. And Haley says in a perfect world she would wear, a beautiful dress and dance with the man she loves. But even if there was a dress somewhere in the world that would fit her, they don't have the money for it.
And then when she said that she'll go and, pregnant and stuff. And then she said wearing sweatpants. But and then he says, you'll look great. And this is where he says it. You'll look great, in anything. Except maybe that dress. It's like,
yeah.
You said that about the wedding dress.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're saying it again. You might want to shut up.
Yeah, especially now it's more sensitive.
Well, and here, it's like, I don't understand. Like, you're gonna, like, criticize what she has. Like, she just said they have no money. She's pregnant. She doesn't feel pretty, basically. And then you're gonna say, accept that dress. Boy, you have no money.
Yeah, he was just trying to do that to cheer her up, but it was the wrong thing to say because she,
Why
storms
doesn't he
into the
just
bathroom.
say that dress would be nice? Like, come on. Sometimes, here's the thing. Sometimes you have to lie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I heard this one guy, a podcaster. He said that he always tells his wife the truth.
Mm-hmm. And it backfired on him or something?
No, like if she says, how do I look? He'll tell her how she looks.
Oh, yeah.
Even if she don't look good. I'm like,
Mm.
Okay, that's just a disaster.
Yeah.
Because think about it. If somebody that you love says, I'm going to tell you the truth. you're that's always going to be in the back of your mind every day.
Right. Mm-hmm.
At least it would for me. I'd be like, well, I know what you really think.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you already know that about yourself because everyone is the harshest critic. So the fact that the person you love is going to say that
Right.
out. And so it's like for Nathan, it's like, here's the thing. Nathan's supposed to be like the best guy, right? Why does he gotta say stuff like this?
Right.
Especially because remember, doesn't he always say like how Haley like could wear anything, she's so pretty and all this. Like, then why does he gotta say all this? He ain't
Right.
funny. Here's the thing. He's not a jokester. He's not funny. Especially when it comes to this.
Mm-hmm. So Nathan finds Skills in the weight room, asking him how naked do they have to get for this competition.
Yeah, and I like when he goes, I knew you'd come around. Oh my God.
Yeah. And Nathan tells Skills he hasn't seen him dance. He's terrible. And Skills tells him he'll be fine because they have the best choreographer in the town.
And there's
right on
Mel.
cue. Yep. He walks in. And Skills tells Nathan he can't be that bad. So to show them what he's got, so Mel presses play on the radio he brought in. Nathan starts dancing terribly, like you said.
Yeah, I love it because Skills is like, is he as bad as I think he is? And Mel is like, no, he's worse.
And then Skills says maybe it's the song. It's not the song, but
no.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really surprised nobody has ever said anything to him.
Right.
Aren't you?
Yeah. Even Haley, yeah. And then Skills goes to Payton for the right song, as if I guess that's going to help more. But yeah, he says it needs to be an off-the-hook hip-hop jam with a real easy beat to follow, and then asks how things are going with her and Lucas. Is she happy? And she says she is. And Skills says love sometimes doesn't make sense. Look at him and Bevan. But her and Lucas make sense. So I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but...
oh yeah, this is where she says that she wants to know what's going on. Like why he needs the music. And then of course he tells her the truth that they enter the dance contest. I was like, oh my God. It was hilarious. Because of course Nathan wants nobody to know.
Yeah, but of course Payton wants to see this. And Skills tells her to invite, other girls because the way Nathan dances, they're going to need all the support they can get.
Yeah, but it was just funny because she's like, please, can I tell Lucas? It's like, but here's the thing. It's like when you tell one out of the couple, the other one's bound to find out.
Yeah.
Because in a relationship, you're not supposed to have secrets. And I think like that's where the whole line is of like, do you tell your significant other secrets?
Yeah.
I feel like you don't unless it's not like bad. But I mean like it's not like anything like
a big secret. Yeah.
Right. It's like not something that it's gonna be like oh my God, it's just they entered a dance contest. Lucas can find out. Like it's like that thing. Like obviously somebody comes to you and is like, please do not say it. Like, okay. But like this doesn't really classify as keeping it a secret from your boyfriend. In my mind, does it to you?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why Payne's all excited because she's the only one that actually knew beforehand how Nathan dances.
Yeah, but don't you think that it's okay for her to tell Lucas?
Yeah, I mean, if Skills thinks so, yeah.
Skills wants everybody there.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he just run down the whole town telling everybody to show up?
And then Chase walks up to Brooke at school, mentioning about her tutoring him. And she asks what's in it for her. And Chase says that he could feed her. And, like a nice dinner in a fancy restaurant. And Brooke says that sounds nice. So then they agree about doing it tonight. And then Shelley walks in saying she called this meeting because there's an imposter among them. And then somehow she got information from a girl named Charity, her older brother that's in college. Apparently she has footage as proof even. And it turns out that it's Rachel at a party at this college.
Proof?
Yeah. I mean, I guess camcorder.
It's just kind of weird
2007
because
edition.
it's just kind of weird because like nowadays, obviously everybody has got their phone.
Mm-hmm.
and everybody's phone records. But
Yeah.
like back then, like the quality wasn't good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You couldn't really record that long.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of odd.
Yeah, I think it had it been a camcorder or something. Yeah. And then, because too, they have it on a tape, so I feel like getting it from a phone would have been difficult, or I don't even know if it was even possible to put it on, tape back then. But yeah, so Rachel is drunk and dancing and taking off the shirt, but of course, Shelly takes off or stops the tape before that happens, except for one kid who was disappointed that she did that. And then, Rachel doesn't see how it's a big deal.
Well, yeah, how'd
Doesn't-
you like when she said, like, it didn't go any further? Like, it was just her top. And it's like,
Mhm.
it's like she's not really understanding. But I did think that Shelly said they do everything but sex.
Yeah, she didn't say like you
So-
couldn't be like, you couldn't do partial nudity or anything
Right.
like
There
that.
was nothing of that nature. It wasn't nobody can see you with your top off. So I'm just saying that
Yeah, that.
in Rachel's defense, Shelly
Mhm.
never said that. All she said was, we do everything but sex. Well,
Mhm.
this would be classified as anything else
Mhm.
in my mind, wouldn't it to you?
Yeah. Yeah, because that wasn't in the vows. Yeah.
And she's not letting others touch her. Like,
Mhm.
all she did was take her top off. I'm like,
Yeah.
just saying, and Rachel's defense, like, I don't want to, be on Rachel's side, but Shelly didn't say that.
Right. Yeah.
But now she wants to kick her out.
Mhm.
I don't understand.
Yeah, and not let her keep the shirt either. So Rachel
Also,
takes off her shirt right there.
How is Shelly so controlling in this group?
I don't know.
Isn't it annoying? Like, again, like
Mhm.
another student, like being in charge of the rest of you.
Mhm. Yeah, so Rachel takes off her shirt right there because she kind of has no choice. She doesn't have another one probably to change into.
That's what was weird. She's like, on the shirt now. It's like,
Mhm.
huh?
Right.
But I will say, I liked how the shirt she was wearing matched her bra.
Right. Mhm.
I noticed that. I was like, oh, of course I did that.
Yeah. And then, Rachel wants Brooke to go too, but Brooke says she's going to stay.
I'm gonna stay. She's like, huh?
Yeah. And that same boy too says that he'll go with Rachel, but Rachel tells him to beat it, calling him a nerd. And then Lucas walks into the cafe. Karen says she didn't almost recognize him without paying attention to his hip, joking. And then tells him she approves because he had the biggest crush on her for years.
What did you think when he said, like, like guys don't have crushes, girls
Right.
have crushes? I'm like,
No, yeah.
but then when she said, okay, then the hots, and he's like, the hots. I'm with Karen. What do you call it then?
Right.
If it's not the hots, if it's not a crush, what is it?
Right.
It's one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
So I was actually on Karen's side because I'm just like, huh?
Right. And then that's when Lucas says that Keith, said seeing her still takes his breath away. And he didn't know if he was going to tell her that. But when he was in the hospital, he saw Keith.
And she's like, what do you mean? Like a dream? And he's like, sort of.
Yeah. And then he even told her about how he saw Jimmy there lying on the floor in the hallway and Keith standing above him and he was still alive, as if Jimmy didn't kill Keith.
Yeah. And then she said, it was just a dream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Karen, says, it's hard to accept the truth because Jimmy was his friend.
But
But
he shot
yeah.
Keith and Peyton.
Mm-hmm.
And then, though, when she said, like, you should be thankful that you still have her here.
Yeah.
And then she said, don't ever take her for granted.
Mm-hmm.
What's season 5?
Yeah.
Taking Peyton for granted.
Mm-hmm.
That was like in my head. I'm like, clearly he didn't listen to his mother because he takes her for granted.
Yeah. And then Mr. Turner calls for a meeting. Brett gets there late. He called the tutor staff there because tests are missing from the tutor center.
Yeah, and Brooke was funny. She's like, what am I doing here? Because
Mm-hmm.
it's supposed to just be all the tutors.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, as class president,
Mm-hmm.
I want I want you to be aware. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So he wants a list of all the students that are being tutored right now, and whoever did this will be expelled or worse. So does that mean
Or
like
worse.
jail?
I
Or
know. I was like, what? The only
Mhm.
thing I can think of that's worse is jail time, but I'm like,
You can't get arrested for that.
wow, can you?
Maybe if you were selling the test, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That threw me off too. I'm like, worse?
Mm-hmm.
Question mark.
Yeah.
Like I get expelled, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, do we have to go further?
Right.
I mean, I guess in this investigation, if he found out that she was giving it to like a whole bunch of people,
Mm-hmm.
helping them all pass,
Yeah.
maybe okay, then I guess it'd get worse.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still bad. She still gave it to Brooke.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still giving it to one other person.
Yeah. And then Brooke and Haley walk outside where Haley is telling Brooke, she bets Rachel stole it because when she was tutoring her, she even tried to bribe her for them. And Brooke defends Rachel, saying that she lives with her, so if she's still on the test, she'd know.
She does know.
Yep. So just lying about more stuff. And then Brooke gets home to tell Rachel that they have a problem. And Rachel agrees because she's still mad about the whole clean team meeting. But Brooke says, they have two problems. And she asks if she returned the calculus exams. And Rachel said she forgot.
I didn't forget.
So, yeah, I know. I was thinking that too.
Plus, she told Brooke she did it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand how you forget. And then when Brooke brings it up to you, you lie and say you put everything back.
Yep.
But then you didn't.
Yep.
Done.
Yep. So Brooke tells her that Turner knows about the tests and now he's on a witch hunt.
But for Rachel, do you think she wanted to get caught or something? Like that's why she didn't
I don't know.
take it back? Because think about it, like we would be like, oh my God, we gotta take it back as soon as we can. But I don't understand why Rachel's like, it is what it is. It's like there's an investigation and you don't care.
Mm-hmm.
What? It's
Right.
not like it's like, oh crap, I forgot either. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay, let's move on. And then she said, like, well, they're not on to us. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
but then the fact that Turner said, I want all the list of the kids being tutored, I'm like, they're gonna put it together that Rachel has A's in the class, but is being tutored for that class subject.
Right.
They're gonna see that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're gonna be like, why does our A student need it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. They don't really give us a lot of explanation. Maybe Rachel doesn't know what she wants to do after high school and maybe kind of might not care if she gets help back again and has to repeat senior year. Because then, she can stay and have like a little safety net for a little bit longer, maybe.
Well, is it like Audrey? Remember when basically her husband was going to pay for her? Remember, because she didn't have to study or work because her parents were paying for it. And then once
Mm-hmm.
she gets married, her husband will pay for everything. Does
Yeah.
Rachel have that same mindset because she is rich that it's like, I'll just marry someone who has money and he'll take care of me and I don't have to worry about school and life after.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I feel like Rachel is a little like Audrey in that of like, I don't care. Like
Mm-hmm.
Brooke cares. Like even though Brooke came from money, she also wants to do things for herself and wants to make money for herself. But Rachel doesn't. Rachel's in the whole on a party and be with guys and basically what Audrey did.
Mm-hmm.
So they're similar in that way.
Yeah, maybe.
You don't think so?
Could be. I don't know. Like I said, they don't really give that explanation. So, yeah. So, you know, they're talking about being clean teams was their alibi. Otherwise they can't justify why they were in the school that night. And Rachel says that's not what's going on. She screwed her over a guy who won't screw her, because her mind is focused on Chase.
Yeah, but of course she's like, I can get him.
Mm-hmm.
And then she said that Rachel told Brooke that Chase is into smart, born again virgin Brooke, not stupid, slutty. I cheated on the calculus test, Brooke. It's like,
yeah.
But I mean, Rachel did have a point, not the whole slutty thing, but it's just like she had a point of like, he thinks you're smart. He thinks you ace calculus.
Right.
You, my friend, did not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brooke hasn't even been the one that's been having sex lately, so I don't know why she said that. But
Well, and she wasn't taking her top off at a party recently.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's see. Why doesn't Brooke say things like that?
I don't know.
She says them to others.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they just make that deal about Brooke, trying to sleep with Chase. And then Mouth meets Skills and Nathan in the weight room again, and Nathan is still unsure that they have a chance at winning because he can't dance. And Skills tells Nathan he just needs to look good and he'll do the dancing.
How did you like that when he showed him what he's gonna wear?
Yeah, it was funny, but they were just kind of like making Nathan even more nervous, at least for a second, thinking he should be like almost completely naked. Yeah, with that little Speedo.
It was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
When Skills is like, no, I got something better.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Suits.
What's weird is that like Skills was so into this at the very beginning when he brings it to Nathan. He's the one that brought it to him. He's the one that has this idea. It's all him. Like he's so excited.
Mm-hmm.
And then cut to the end.
Yeah.
What? Like even here, he's so invested.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it's game time to get out there, he just like stalls. I'm like, dude, you are so excited.
Yeah, it just caught up with him. He didn't really know what it was going to feel like being on the stage in front of people.
He didn't know that people were going to watch. He just thought it was going to be an empty room. He invited people.
Yeah, he just
knows.
Yeah, he just didn't really think that through. He didn't really imagine being in that position. So
I feel like maybe he just wanted Nathan out there, like, because the whole thing was about Nathan. Is he going to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to be embarrassing? All of this on Nathan, but like Skills didn't really think too far. I think it was just about Nathan.
Yeah, and it's common for performers to get stage fright too, and if they've done it before. So
like Skills said, like for basketball, like he's not naked or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I think too, for him to be on the court, even for Nathan, like it's easier because that's what they're used to. That's their life.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, because they're so good at it, they can do that in their sleep.
Yeah.
Just like Haley and singing, it's like it just comes natural, and Peyton and art, all that stuff. It's like it all comes natural to them. So them doing that, whatever they're good at, is obviously it's not going to scare them and all that. But doing something like this, yeah, it would be, especially if you can't dance.
Right. And then Lucas walks into Peyton's house to see smoke, so he follows into the kitchen where she's taking out whatever she was making now burnt.
He freaks out.
Yeah, because he expected it to happen like another day, another disaster. Yeah. Because apparently like, everything bad happens, I guess, when they're together. Which, I mean, he has a point, but still, good stuff happens too.
But now they're good. For now.
Yeah. So then Lucas tells Peyton that he told his mom about seeing Keith, and he didn't even think about how much it was going to upset her. And Peyton points out to him that, he didn't mean to hurt her. He just wants her, or he says that he just wants it to all go away, and he doesn't want to be like this anymore. And he asks Peyton if she wants to just be happy, and she says yes. That you never ask. And then Dan arrives at the cemetery to find Karen already there at Keith's grave, and he tells her that it seems like he spends more time with Keith now than he did when he was alive, which calling himself out, but yeah.
But isn't that like an indication of Karen of being like, Dad was right. You're a jackass.
Yeah.
Like,
should have been, yeah.
I feel like that would be like something like I would think of, like, you know what? She was right. Like I questioned it in the cafe, but now you're right. You said it. So I didn't like that instead of what we think she would say, which is that she
Mhm.
says, you know, I'll make dinner or whatever.
Yeah.
No.
Mhm. And then Dan goes to see Deb, who's asleep, so he pours a glass
Oh.
of water on her.
And then she said, I thought vampires had to be invited. Then he goes,
Mhm.
I thought water melted witches.
Yeah, that was a good comeback, yeah.
Oh my god, but these two, like, even though obviously they're definitely not compatible in any way,
Mhm.
they're funny.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that they can throw at each other is really funny.
Mhm.
I think they
Yes.
were the entertaining ones in the episode.
Mhm. Yep. And then he tells Deb that was quite the performance, and she says, why are you messing with Karen's head? Hasn't she suffered enough? And he asks, she doesn't think his intentions are toward Karen are sincere, and she says he doesn't have a sincere bone in his body. And then,
And then he said, so do you remember the night before our wedding? And then, of course, she goes into it that he left after the rehearsal and her parents were mad. And then that's when he said, he goes, I drove to Tree Hill and spent the night parked in front of Karen's house. And then he said he knew he was on the verge of making a huge mistake. Huh? And he still married her anyway?
yeah, I don't know why he would say all these years later, because he says that, Deb was the love of his life. Or it's not that Karen was the love of his life, and yet he was too proud to tell her.
Yeah. So he just
And
married her anyway, even though he didn't love her?
yeah, just settled for her.
But
And he
okay,
means this sincerely.
even though I think part of that is true,
Mm-hmm.
that he married Deb because he felt like he had to,
Mm-hmm.
because he didn't want another kid to be born out of wedlock like Lucas was. So I do think that, because obviously it comes down on Dan. It doesn't come down on Deb or Karen. It comes down on Dan. Like, you fathered two children.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like a part of that is him being that being true. But to have him say it right now, I do think it's him trying to get back at her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm gonna say all the worst things ever. If I don't love you, never did.
Mm-hmm.
You were never my choice. Like, all of this, and Karen's the love of my life. I think he was saying all that, even though some of it's true. I think he was saying most of it because he's trying to get back at her.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, he tried to kill him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they just keep going back and forth at each other. Yeah. Because she says, and her and Nathan are much better off without him poisoning their lives, and he tells her to take another pill because Nathan cut her out of his life long before he did.
And then he called her boozy,
Mm-hmm.
which is weird because he called Keith that.
Yeah, and it is getting old. Yeah.
But can't he give her another name?
Right. And then that's when Deb goes to the apartment to see Nathan. So I did think that this was, too much that she did. She's being too aggressive,
Well, I was fine with her going to Karen's and yelling at both of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I was not okay with her coming to Nathan, even if it was just Nathan there. It was just too much.
Yeah.
She was angry,
Mm-hmm.
on drugs. Like, no,
Mm-hmm.
like, stay away.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it's just Haley, and she's yelling at her and everything, and don't keep me from my son. Then Haley's like, you're the one ruining your relationship with Nathan, not me. And I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
And but oh my god, when she pushes her down, like trying to open the door, I'm like, that no, like, you've gone too far.
Yeah, and then that's when Nathan came up behind her.
Oh yeah, how is it just so magically Nathan is right there?
Right. Yeah.
Walks in just like that.
Yeah, so he helps Haley up, asking his mom like what's wrong with her. She's pregnant, and Deb says it was an accident. She didn't mean to hurt her, but Nathan's not hearing it.
Yeah,
and
and he
just
said, "Don't." He
yeah.
said, "Don't come back. I'm not doing this anymore." It's like,
Yep, and slamming the door. Yep.
but it's like saying to your mom. You've said that, feel like to your dad, but it's your parents.
Yeah. And then Chase and Brooke are at their date where Chase tells Brooke that she keeps looking at him weird, and she says, "Sorry, it's just hard to believe that he's never had sex." Um, she's acting like this is the first guy that she knows that hasn't had sex, because she knows mouth, but
Yeah, but
I don't know.
she likes Chase.
Yeah.
She likes Mouth as a friend.
And then, he explains that he, just wanted to wait for the right person. And, like he's had only one serious girlfriend, but it didn't end well. And, Brooke asks if it's because she wanted to have sex. And he says, yeah, with his best friend. She was cheating on him the whole time. So, they have that in common.
Then she said, "Oh, that happened to," or he said, "That happened to you." And she said, they didn't have sex, but her best friend fell in love with her boyfriend. Then she goes,
Twice.
"Twice." Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
And then he goes, then he said, like, "Are you still friends?" And she said, "Not like we used to be." So she thinks they're somewhat friends.
I think it's just from the last conversation they had. When Payne asked if they could be friends, when they were under the bridge, and she says, yeah, just not like before, I guess. But
But we haven't seen it.
yeah, and I thought it was random too, because obviously Chase isn't friends with his friend anymore. So why would he ask Brooke if she is, also still friends with the person,
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It's like that person you cut out, so
Mm.
shouldn't Brooke?
Yeah, I think maybe the writers were just trying to like sprinkle in like that there's still hope for them to be friends in the future, maybe, probably, since we haven't seen them together for a while, maybe. Yeah, and then yeah, he Chase says he knows what people think of him being in clean teens for being a guy. He just wanted to start over, so the next relationship he gets into is gonna be with someone he trusts, someone who's completely honest with him.
He said none of that is Brooke.
Yeah, so that part, Rachel had right. She didn't say the honesty, but yeah, she's just not the person that, he wants to be with.
And then
Exactly.
he can trust.
Yeah.
That's not going to lie to him.
Yep. And then at the strip club, Nathan gets more nervous since Rachel and Bevan are there, and Mouth explains that they're going to need people cheering for them if they want to win. And who's better than cheering than cheerleaders?
And then Nathan goes, "Please tell me you didn't invite Haley."
Yeah.
And then he goes, "I didn't invite Haley." And then he goes, "But Skills told Peyton." Who might have told Lucas? What's the difference? He told Peyton.
Yeah.
Peyton is friends with Haley. Which is
Yeah.
exactly what happened.
Yep. Yeah, because Payne goes to see Haley, telling her to get dressed because she's going to go with her and Lucas.
And how did you like how basically she had a key? Because Haley's getting to the door to open it. And then Peyton just like bursts right in, and it's like, huh?
Maybe it wasn't even locked.
Well, you would think after Dad trying to come in, you would.
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially because she's pregnant and home alone.
Yeah.
She really should. And she's on crutches. She can't even run. She's on crutches.
Yeah.
But yeah, when Peyton's all excited too, it's hilarious. And she's like,
she knows about Nathan.
Yeah, because Haley's like, no, well, I would think she'd be tired of what happened. But then it was just funny because Peyton's like, no, you're gonna want to see this.
Yeah. And then back with Brooke and Chase, he asks what does she think about starting, their studying session, even though they've been on a date the whole time. But Brooke asks, what else does he have in mind? And then he sees a band playing so they could dance. And Brooke hesitates, saying that she doesn't know how to dance to this kind of music because it's kind of slow. So Chase says he'll show her, and he puts her hands where they need to be. And so they're swaying together, and he tells her it's not so bad. And Brooke says it beats studying. Yeah, so this was a nice little moment, but, Brooke was probably still thinking about the whole line part.
And then, she's going to break his heart.
And then, Chase is sweet by telling her about that story of his parents dancing, late at night, and he would watch them. And, he just wants to be basically happy like his parents and in love. And then at the strip club, everyone is watching another guy dance. Everyone's making fun of him too.
Every time Nathan keeps peeking out, like you can see him. I'm like, because when that one guy was on stage, you could see Nathan.
Yeah.
Looking through. I'm like, Nathan, stop looking through the curtains. You're ruining the performance.
Yeah. And I didn't like how they're making fun of the guy because at least he was up there, And he's by himself too, so that takes more courage as well.
Yeah, because all eyes are on him, not the three of you.
Yeah. Yeah, so Nathan still doesn't think they're gonna win, or Mouth doesn't, and do they see the guy that looks like Chewbacca? Just making more comments about the guy, and then Nathan tells Skills to check out, the guy on the stage, but this is when Skills like nerves kick in, and he's too nervous, and Nathan points out that it's gonna be even hotter with the stage lights because Nathan said, or Skills said that he was feeling warm.
Yeah, like why did Nathan have to make more pressure on him?
Yeah, it just like flipped from earlier. And then we see Deb get home after the apartment and trying to see Nathan. She's upset and she thinks about taking the pills, and then back with Brooke and Chase, where he asks her, why was ice cream a good idea on a cold night? And Brooke says that's part of her plan to get him cold so she can warm him up. And then she says it's what she does. The boys can't resist her cuteness. And he says he doesn't know if he call her cute, more like beautiful, even with ice cream on her face, and he wipes it off for her. And then he asks for her to tell him more about the plan to make guys like her. And then back at the club, Skills wants to back out. There's too many people.
Yeah, and that's where they talk about, basketball and all that,
Yeah. And then, so they're next and begin the performance, but instead of Skills, it's Mouth. And Nathan shocked Haley's there, thinking she wouldn't approve, but then she holds up some dollars. And Bevan leaves to go check on Skills backstage. And she tells him, she's there to see her man dance, and he's not on stage. And Skills is sitting there in his boxers because he let Mouth have his outfit. So,
now they're the same size.
I guess, yeah. I don't know.
I didn't think that they were the same size.
Yeah, I think Mouth has like a little bit smaller because he's more thin, but
yet the pants fit him perfectly.
Yeah, it's just another TV logic kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bevan tells him that if he doesn't dance for her, then he won't get to see her dance for him, and that's when she undoes her little jacket to show that she's wearing lingerie underneath, and Mouth and Skills are still dancing on stage. They do their whole routine. Mouth and Skills. Oh, I'm sorry, Nathan. I got the names mixed up. Yeah. So then that's when Skills walks out after they take their sweatpants off, and Nathan asks him what happened to the stage fright, and Skills says that, Bevan's there to see him dance. So the three of them dance together, and there's a moment when Lucas covers Haley's eyes, and Bevan's just loving Skills dancing. And then afterward, Rachel tells Haley that Nathan looked good tonight. No wonder she's pregnant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was funny.
Yeah. And Haley asks how calculus is going, and Rachel says fine. And Haley says she just thinks it's wild how she went from failing to fine with just a few tutoring sessions. And
so
Rachel
she must not have seen her grades.
Right, yeah. Beforehand, yeah.
Yeah, because you would have seen that she was just fine before you.
Yeah. So Rachel just tells her that she's just that good at tutoring. Mm-hmm. And then that's when Haley brings up that someone stole the test from the tutoring center, and if she finds out it was her, she's trying her in. And then Dan's about to join Karen for dinner when he gets that call from Deb. So
he thinks about it for a second, and of course he's like, "Guess I'll go." And, that's the thing of like the old Dan would not have went.
Right. And then, so next scene, she's being wheeled into the ambulance, and Karen calls Dan. He says he's sorry, but he's running late, but it's nothing important.
I was like, nothing important.
Right.
Oh, I don't know, just your ex-wife, the mother of your child.
And then Chase parks his car somewhere, and Brooke gets into the back seat right away, like old times. And then she says this is one of the most notorious makeout spots in town. He says it also has one of the nicest views in town. And Brooke asks, there's a view? Who knew? And Chase says he thought they could just talk. So that's when Brooke gets back into the front seat. And then she apologizes, saying she hasn't been a clean teen for very long.
And he said he knows like that, and that he saw her.
Her time.
The time capsule.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my! I see everybody's seen that.
Yeah, after Rachel put it online, yeah. And then,
but then he said he doesn't care who she was. He just, cares about who she is now.
Which is still a liar.
Nice. Yeah, but it was nice.
Yeah. And then she says she didn't think guys like him actually existed. Sweet, sincere, and hot. He's like a unicorn. And then he asks, what about a dragon? Because it sounds cooler. And then Lucas now tries one of the chocolate chip cookies that Peyton made.
And he said that it's salty.
And then
Okay,
she's just
this was hilarious because he's like, well, show me like how much you put in. Like, what is your definition of a dash? And he goes, that's more of a handful.
Yeah, like I've never made cookies from scratch, but I obviously know the difference between a dash and a handful. Yeah, that's way too much.
I was like, that is a handful.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Like a whole,
funny.
whole shaker worth. And then
Then I thought it was so cute because then she's like, "Well, try this one." So she just keeps
Mhm.
making all the ones all at once. Okay, and
Yeah.
then she she puts, of course, on his face.
Yep.
Then, of course, he wants to give it right back to her.
Yep. And they start a food fight basically.
It was cute.
Yeah. And then Nathan walks into the bedroom where Haley is twirling the Speedo in her hand, doing that little accent. How you doing, hot stuff? And he tells her to get it all out now. Make fun. And she asks how much for a lap dance. So I'm wondering, did Mouth give her the Speedo? Because he had it before.
Probably.
Yeah.
But then he said that he needed cash and he showed her the dress. Okay,
Mhm.
again, you have no money, you have no job. The dress is the most important thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like what he did with the getting her the keyboard instead of the car.
Yeah. When she said, we need a car to get
Yeah.
around in. What did
Mhm.
you do? I don't
Yeah.
understand. Like
Yeah.
like I get that he wants to get all these nice things for her. Well, guess what? You're not rich.
Mhm.
You might have been born rich, but you're not rich anymore.
Yeah. Like it was a sweet gesture, yeah, but also by this point they could have asked Brooke to make her a dress,
Yeah.
For free. She would have done it for free.
Or she could have given her some money.
Yeah, or even maybe change one of the dresses she already had, and for it to fit her. So
But do you remember when Haley took her to the store and was like, I can get you, like, make you an outfit, like, buying it with, what was it, under $100? Remember that?
Mhm. Maybe, yeah.
She can't go to the same store and get a dress.
Right, yeah.
Like, this dress does not have to be expensive. I don't know why they're
Mhm.
making it sound like it has to be. When Haley, well, remember she was the one on that tight budget and was like, I can do this. And then
Mhm.
remember trying to show Brooke. Well, what
Mhm.
happened to that Haley?
Yeah, she could have gone to a thrift store, yeah,
I
got
don't
something cheap.
understand. I don't understand why this one wants everything. I don't get it.
I don't
It's
know,
actually it's actually irritating.
maybe she just feels differently after her, the accident. She just kind of is tired of bad things happening, wants something good for once, I guess. I don't know.
It's just weird. I'm like, no. But
Mhm.
again, the logic is no.
Yeah, I mean, she does say, thank you, but maybe they should have waited until, they saved the money until he got a job.
Yeah. Then he says, I'll get a job.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Again, your dad paid for your bills up until now. So go get a job and prove him wrong. Like, I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously. You're just gonna have Dan pay for
Mm-hmm.
you?
Right.
I don't get it. Also, how much did this dress cost?
I don't know. He said it was in the maternity center or section, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, but seriously, how much did this dress cost? Like the
I don't
fact that
know.
he used it all on this dress.
Mm-hmm.
Again, he said, he
Yeah.
was using this. He was going to use it to pay bills.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to have rent next month.
Right.
You are going to need food tomorrow. I don't
Mm-hmm.
understand why that's not a priority.
Yeah.
And again, okay, don't you think this would have been better for Nathan? You care so much about your wife, right? Your pregnant wife. Getting a job, winning the money, but paying the bills is more responsible and helping her because I'm sure she's tired.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is a better gesture than this dress
Right.
because she's working nonstop. She goes to school, then she goes to work, and she probably works before school. Like
Mm-hmm.
she's working so much because somebody needs a job in the family,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have one.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why you would think a dress is important because, oh, I don't know. Everyday life is more important that you got to pay
Mm-hmm.
for.
Yeah.
So again, I just feel like if you truly care for the person, you would want to do everything possible to not stress them out.
Mm-hmm.
And her working all the time is probably stressful.
Yeah.
Which I don't even know how she's working. She's on
Yeah,
crutches.
with her, yeah, being pregnant too, yeah.
Well, people work when they're pregnant.
Yeah. I mean,
But I don't.
she's just getting close to her due date, so
Well, so's Karen.
yeah.
But I just
But
don't understand. But I just don't understand how that's not the logic of like
mm-hmm.
that would show me that you care.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, you don't work as many hours. Like, just rest. I don't know. That's more thoughtful
Mm-hmm.
in my mind.
Yeah, because I guess she's only doing tutoring right now for money because somehow she gets paid for that. But yeah,
So now these two have no money, like no income. That's even worse. It
well,
was better when I thought she had a job.
right, yeah. I mean, she probably could still do tutoring. Maybe if they go to her apartment, I don't know. But yeah. And then she said, about the dancing still. But he says that she's not like most people. When she sets her mind to something, she can do it. So, and then he'll help her. And then Chase is walking Brooke to the door of Rachel's, and she tells him that she had a great time, and she feels bad that they didn't study. So that was a whole night wasted. I'm surprised I didn't remember, but he says maybe they could try again tomorrow. And Brooke said she liked that. And then he tells her, looks like her plan worked. And he puts her hand out for him to shake, but he kisses her instead.
Yeah, because the other thing is Brooke is doing everything possible to not tutor him because she knows she can't.
Yep. Yep. So it's a good thing she likes him, or else she'll probably be having a bad time, pretending she does like him.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mind all this. Yeah, so she's surprised that he's such a good kisser, and he says, you get good at it when it's all you do. And then back at Peyton, she's still in the kitchen and, trying to, I forgot the word, but anyway, she's trying to make Lucas look at her, so she can hit him with the cookie dough. So she's saying,
She
those
has cookie dough in her bra.
yeah, and maybe she should take it off.
And of course, he's a sucker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she throws it, and he says, he's giving up and putting down the pot lid, and that he was using for a shield. And he tells Payne that if she's going to be taking anything off, then let him help her. And then they kiss, and then we see Rachel mouth Bevan and Skills together, and then Nathan and Haley with her dress, and Brooke is smiling after eating with Chase. And then after the food fight, Lucas says he takes it back and that this is the best cookie he's ever had. And then at dinner with Dan and Karen, he mentions that she's been quiet all night, and she says, Lucas just said something unsettling today, and Dan asks what it was, and she answers that he said that he doesn't think that Jimmy killed Keith. So now Dan knows that he's about to get caught.
Yep, and that he better stop Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I thought it was a good episode.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, the high, I had a few. I loved the moments between Lucas and Peyton.
Mm-hmm.
They're in their own little bubble, which I love. And I also loved the whole dance contest thing at the strip club.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny.
Yeah.
And Deb saying all the stuff to Karen and Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it was, maybe too strong.
Mm-hmm.
Neither one of them got the hint.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, she even went hard, and none of them, like Dan may have gotten the hint, but like Karen did not.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I So I liked when she did that. Because again, I don't disagree with what she said.
Mm-hmm.
She was right.
Yeah.
So those are my highs. The low, Brooke lying to Chase. Why is she lying again?
Mm-hmm.
Why are all of her relationships involve lying?
Right.
I don't like it because Chase's heart is gonna get broken because Brooke, it's gonna come out the truth. So I don't like that. And I don't like Nathan spending the money on the dress. Like, yes, it's all cute for the show,
Mm-hmm.
but in reality, it's not so cute.
Right.
What about you?
Yeah, my highs were the moments between Payne and Lucas, and then just Chase being sweet, even though he has no idea that Brooke's lying to him. And then the worst, I didn't like when Deb was, pushing Haley down to the ground like that
Oh
so
yeah, that
aggressively.
too. Well, yeah, she could have something could have happened to the baby.
Yeah, she already got hit by a car, so um yeah, and then the high or the worst, yeah, was just also Rachel, trying to, not make a big deal out of the possibility of them getting caught about stealing the tests and everything. And
And
basically,
expelled.
yeah, and Brooke would get in trouble too for cheating on the test. So yeah, they're both in it, the hot water. So
Well, I mean, Brooke was dumb enough to go along with Rachel's idea.
yeah. And then,
Uh,
taking it a step further with tutoring Chase. So
um, and then I would rate this an 8.5.
yeah, saying 8.
And then best and worst. So I would say that the best was Skills
Mm-hmm.
because he brought the idea to Broke Nathan.
Right.
And even though, again, because again, Skills has no idea what Nathan's going to use the money on. He just knows, hey, you probably need some money.
Mm-hmm.
And then the worst, I'm going to go with Rachel
Mm-hmm.
because I don't like it. Like what she's
Yeah.
doing.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Yeah, mine's the worst is also Rachel, and then the best I just put Nathan because it was a sweet gesture for what he did for Haley, even though it wasn't the smartest idea. But yeah.
I think they're good answers.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's the next episode?
Episode 13, Pictures of You.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Yep, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of Duo Chat. If you want to chime in with your opinion about the episode and the show we discussed, you can email us at duochatpodcast@gmail.com. And to keep up with updates about the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube at Duo Chat Podcast. And give us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. We would appreciate it.